Hello and welcome back to Aurora 4X. So I tried making a fighter. Let's just say I went slightly over my usual size limit, and I also ran into the issue where there wasn't enough accuracy on the gauze cannon. So I'm trying to put together some things to possibly make a small-scale laser fighter that might have better hit chances. And I'd really like to keep fighters small, but I want to make an escort carrier as a slight variation of the light carrier that I've designed, more of a point defense oriented, and it would have short range fighters and stuff. I might slightly increase the whole space budget for a fighter over that of a fighter bomber, because the fighter bombers are smaller and good at hitting a target. I don't know what I'm trying to say now, but yeah, you get the idea. You're better at hitting. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Well, we don't need as many of them, because they're not going to be going out a long ways, probably. They're probably going to be operating right on our ships. There we go, finally got this works out. So I've set some research on getting smaller weapons, smaller lasers, because I'd like to, if I could just use reduced size lasers, get really small lasers, and put them on some fighter craft, and maybe do with like there's a bunch of research labs I haven't been assigned. But yeah, it's something that I'm gonna try. Not sure how well it's going to work, but it's worth, investigating and putting some research into it. Let's give this guy some more research to go through. Including, I'm thinking, more capacitor recharge rate, less fuel consumption, and maybe once that's done we go to internal confinement? Or do we wait for that some more? Let's decrease jump engine size again. In terms of supplies, we have 3,000 corundium on Earth. Now, how much do we need for an automated mine? Automated mine is 120. I want a kit of maybe 200 automated mines to start this new, do we even want automated mines? Let's see, look at conditions on Luna. Planetary suitability is good, so we stop terraforming. And do we have other colonies in the Sol system? No, we don't. What are our current raiders? They're the Gargoyle, right? Yes, Gargoyle class raider. So that is range is 98.7 billion. We want to go to there. That's fine. And it's A2, I believe, that I want to colonize. Yes, A2 is the first colony to work towards. And it has a pretty good supply of corundium. I don't remember the other one that had a lot of corundium coming in the system. I'll check all the others. Ah, here it is. Not much corundium, but very good availability. This one's not much corundium with great availability, but it's so low I'm not going to bother with it. Or I might send a mining ship past it. This one is one that we want. Now how can we make it suitable? Breathable atmosphere. All it needs. Well, atmosphere and temperature, I suppose. So what we need to do is throw some more oxygen in. 0.1 to 0.3, so we need a minimum of 0.1 and not enough. Yeah. So we're gonna throw in oxygen maybe to 0.15 and then throw in some carbon dioxide to increase surface temperature, and that should do the trick. Which means as soon as this kobold is done with its job, we'll have a jump gate between Sol and Wheaton. So I'll just wait for the order from that ship, and then we'll begin transporting resources over to that second site. In order to defend it, we're going to need our fleets to start building, and I think it might be coming to time when I design cruisers. Although maybe I'll wait until we get internal confinement fusion to design cruisers. Because the advantages we're going to get from that will be quite welcome into designing larger ships with higher speeds. Even though we're going to be losing some engines on some of our other ships, just because we don't need full speed on all of them. But overall, it shouldn't be too different. So let's see, Shipyard Task Force, you are adding that to that organization branch, and now, let's just have you move the Ghoul to the second Destroyer Task Force. There you go. So, we now have the current system fleet, I believe. Wait, no, we still need to finish our shipyards. Because once we finish the shipyard here, which is not expanding right now, on November 2087, once that's done, we can begin constructing the Gorgons, the Gorgon class. What's it? You know what I'm talking about, probably, maybe, probably not. The Gorgon class survey command ships, there we go. I'm having difficulties with words today. I get that sometimes. Difficulties with words. Logistics and ground combat use cryo drop bombers. Although I tend to prefer leading, no. Having drop ships that just carry the troops from the beginning might be a better idea. So I'll stick with that as the long-term goal, I suppose. What do we have for David Fisher? Just a few more texts, so let's actually queue up these afterwards. Just to get some extra things researched here. Is there an area we are neglecting right now? Well, defensive systems is not getting any research. I'm not interested in cloaking theory right now. Maybe when we increase to the next generation of combat vessels, we can do more defense techs. We could possibly use some better missiles or ordnance production or something. Counter propulsion seems alright. We're way ahead in sensors and fire control. Although at some point clearing out these advanced sensors could be useful for our new sensor ships. So just keep going for now. And I believe, there we go, we've got our shipyard ready for class assignment. Retool for the survey command ship, SCS Gorgon, set activity, and we are going to produce quite a few of them, really. For now, just one, and it will be the head of the first recon task force. We're gonna have another one for the head of the second recon task force. That's gonna be part of our our deep space fleet to operate in the space around our system. YZ SETI has 2 jump points. So if we now go fleet moves, gravitational survey task group, I want you to go through Sol, go to Earth, refuel, resupply, and we'll wait for that to finish. So 1 jump point out of each of these, which means all of these are actually fairly good, well defendable. It's the question of these two, do they have multiple jump points out? If they don't, then we can get a pretty simple layout for these things. So over here, we wait for the first Gorgon to be completed, basically, and that's going to serve as our jump ship for now. The only reason I would possibly look at upgrading to making a cruiser right about now is because having a command ship that can do jumps for us would be great. And here we go, we are ready to begin some work. So I went to load infrastructure, travel through here, go here and unload infrastructure, return, go to Earth, refuel, and cycle moves. That way, we get all of our infrastructure moved from Luna over to Luton 726-8. And now that we're ready to start moving things, we should take a look at what kind of resources we've got. We've got 4,000 Corundium. Really, we need 24,000? Yeah, 24,000, I believe, to make all 200 not automated mines. Ugh. We just need 200 regular mines, because automated mines are a bit unnecessary at this point. And a regular mine takes half the resources. We need 12,000 Corundium. That's a ways away, but I think we can do it. Alright, the Orc 3 is done. Gravitational Survey Task Group was finished. Has it finished overhaul? Oh, I didn't tell it to do overhaul. Whoops. In overhaul. 30 days. Starting work on capacitor recharge rate and marine battalions. At this point, we're just churning through some basic techs. And hopefully, in the long term, this should allow us, in the situation that we do run into aliens that we really need to take their planets, we'll be able to do it without much difficulty. So we're waiting on another GEV Orc 2 to be constructed, which is going to be done fairly soon. Otherwise, not too much going on. Better jump gate construction module, always useful. It looks like we might have... Is that a new shipping line? No, it's been there for a while, I just haven't noticed it. At least I think it has. Shipping lines, main lines, number of ships 2, so yeah, it's been around here for a bit. Not too long, but for a bit, so it's something. They've got better income than Phillips Carrier Alliance. And Luna is only growing now, which is good, because there's lots of resources to mine there. And with all these mines, it's going to be fairly easy to do that. Why do we have so many mines on Earth? Oh. You know what I could do? I could take freighters 2, tell them to go to Earth, load mines, and bring them to our new world. Over and over. And really just getting all the resources out of this place will be fine, so just set up a bunch of mines there. Maybe put a few construction factories there just to keep things in that system for a bit so we can move some stuff around and get things into position. One thing we will need is a fuel harvester base, but I think that can wait a bit. In terms of our ships that we need to build, we've got the... what was it called? So yeah, Bugbear will need its own shipping, or its own shipyard. Otherwise it's alright, so we can just go in and tell industry to produce another naval shipyard complex. We're getting a lot of them. Oh, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it is a bit of a mess to deal with, but beyond that, it's not a big issue. So we're waiting until May of next year for the Gorgon to finish, and about the end of this month for the Orc 2 to finish. Oh yeah, we need scout frigates. I forgot. It's 2 scout frigates in a force. So frigates, scout frigate beholder, add 2 to the list. And now we just let things move between the systems. Basilisks have completed overhaul. If we then... Actually, this group is pretty much ready for... Is it? I'll probably start setting them up with another set of stuff. Standard transit, and they can just do their job. So let's go ahead and set up a new deep space fleet. So add second deep space fleet. And then we'll add another organization under that, which is going to be the 6th Recon Task Force. Alright, and we're going to add another organization branch, which is the Geological Survey Task Group. Should we set these with the number of the Recon Task Force they're under? That could be useful. I don't know if that's standard procedure in actual fleet compositions, but I feel it's probably going to be helpful here, because I'd rather not lose track of which fleet is which. I'd rather be able to see what the subgroups are. So I'll just go ahead and do this for all the ones that's going to matter for now. Alright, renamed all the ones necessary. So we also need the Gravitational Survey Task Group and 6th Scout Frigate Task Group. And now we just go into our Shipyard Task Group and we add in the necessary ships. Probably won't take very long. And once they're all in position, we just wait for a few extra ships to come out of this, but we should go ahead and construct that group so they're named properly now. Make sure they're standard transiting through Sirius, and the other location we need to go to is Epsilon Arigoni. So we take this, we go into Naval Organization, and we grab the 6th Gravitational Survey Task Group, branch plus sub, got them, so we send them through the Epsilon Arigoni jump point, and set their special orders to survey near survey location. Fuel less than 20% and fuel at colony. That should do the trick for a while. We just go on ahead and see how this goes. Inactive research labs. I'm not sure which person finished their research. You should probably get some missiles, probably energy weapons. Yeah, that makes sense. And there's no more text for smaller lasers, so it's probably a good idea to... Let's get Spinal Mount. Why not? It's good, easy tech to get some experience on this guy. Maybe there are energy weapon versus some cheap techs that we're not going to use, but just to get the experience in. Although we could get it for this person as well. Now let's only put a few on that for now. In fact, there's an idea. No, I don't want to see whatever that one's for. Let's remove 5 research labs from here. Go back to energy weapons, show matching scientists, and let's get this person researching the other cheap techs. And that should get them some experience, possibly increase their bonus and their number of research labs. Now we just wait for our survey task groups to do what they do. We just gotta explore all these things and figure out where all this stuff needs to go. We now have this one, which needs to be expanded to a destroyer size. We're also going to need to start designing auxiliary ships to be able to hold fuel and ammunition for the rest of our fleet. We need fighter factories if we don't have them already, which I believe we have. Yeah, we have 100 fighter factories. It's not many, but it should do the trick. In terms of missiles, we've got a few stockpiles. that should be enough for now. I'm probably gonna have 2 light carriers, and maybe if I can set up a proper fighter, 2 escort carriers designed to defend them and nearby fleets. Actually, why don't we go ahead and just design a fighter and then finish up with that, possibly. Or maybe do a bit more work beyond that. I don't know. I'm losing track of time. So let's take a look at lasers. We can make a small-scale laser. Should we wait for capacitor recharge rate? Probably. Because that's going to really reduce rate of fire. Let's wait for capacitor recharge rate, possibly. 4 is increasing time, yeah. We go for 10 centimeter, it's firing significantly faster, so if we actually got that up to a size 6, or capacitor recharge rate 6, we'd be able to greatly increase our capabilities. And that's going to be done in July of this next year, so it's not too far away. And the extra fire rate will be helpful. Now, we don't need much firepower on these, so I'm thinking definitely a size 10 centimeter laser. I could go gauze cannon, but I really prefer the idea of having... Well, let's see. If we're going... I would say that if I'm going to upgrade these or I'm going to make a fighter that's larger, it's going to be a 4 hull space fighter. So if we create a new Medusa, we set deployment time to 0.1, remove that stuff, because we don't need it, and let's throw on a few fuel storages, so maybe they'll be able to have a bit longer range than I expected at first, but that's alright. Need half of the ship to be engines, to keep up with our other fighters. It makes them a bit more expensive, but that comes hand in hand with being twice as large. They need to be able to keep up with our actual fighters if they want to, with our fighter bombers, if they want to stand any chance of helping out in combat. Fire control will probably make a new one, since we have more space to work with. But let's go ahead and throw on our fighter-designed active sensor for our fighter scouts, since these are going to be operating independently of a fighter scout. Don't need shields, although we could probably squeeze on some PCM for them, maybe. And then it comes down to what exactly we want to load onto them. We could just make them heavy bombers. It's probably a later thing. Depending on the performance of these ones, I might improve the whole design of my fighters to double-sized that will load more weapons. But again, depends on the effectiveness of this force. A few more fuel storages for now, just to get it up to the standard that we have all our other ships at. And the next thing we'd need is weapons. Now, option 1 is lasers, reduced size, fairly low fire rate. Option 2 is gauze cannon, not a tiny one. You'd be like, we can't do 1. We can do anywhere from 0.86 to 0, so like a point, but we still need our fire control, and that's just leaving us in the same range that we had before, whereas if we were to, well, maybe remove some fuel, gives us a bit more space, but still not getting a significant bonus. I'd rather have the laser. So that means we just wait for the extra points in our propulsion tech. So in July, which is fairly soon, we'll be able to make our... got our Gorgon. There we go, there's something else. Naval Organization, we want to give the first recon task force to Gordon 001. Gorgon, not Gordon. And build another Gorgon. believe we need 3 in that force to provide supplies and such for the actual fleet. We're going to need a lot of Gorgon classes, so they're going to be a bulk of our expenses for a while. And any moment now, capacitor recharge rate, and a slipway added to our Gorgon manufacturing. Considering adding an extra slipway to this one, just because we need all the production here that we can get. So we'll just throw another one on there. And Galisite. Have I lost track of another resource? Yeah, we're out of Galisite. And if we take a look at minerals in the system, looking for Galisite, there's not many good sources. Halebop is a good source. Wild isn't great. Yeah, looks like Halebop is our best option. And as of right now, we don't have much corundium for automated mines. Halebop is only that, though. We need only that. I'd really rather not set things up on making it, or however it's pronounced. Let's then set up a little grouping of resources for it. We make 50 automated mines. We have enough resources for that. 50 automated mines and a mass driver. 1 mass driver. Modify that. And let's stop fuel production for now. Yeah, let's stop fuel production. We're gonna run out of sodium. And let's hope this all goes fine. Although we're probably gonna get that up until we actually fix the problem. Oh dear. This is a big problem, because we have none coming in. It is letting months go by, which is good. Okay, let's at least figure out the text that we're going to be working with here. Lasers, we got. So let's start with 10 centimeter, 0.5 size. That's 2 whole spaces still. I forgot to check that. You know, still 2 whole spaces. And that's not enough for our fighter to work with, which means Gauss cannons, which means ever more budgeting. Alright, let's stick on our fairly short-range fire control. Let's tear out a few, or maybe just a fuel storage. I really don't like working with these limitations. See, the best I could do is Gauss cannon at maybe 0.75 whole spaces. 3 shots every 5 seconds, chance to hit is multiplied by 0.125. That's not great. Let's go ahead and create it. So we do the trick. Missiles kinetics, there's some research on it, won't take long. 30 days. And it should be done. Means now we go back here, refresh tech, go down to construct our Gauss cannon, R3 12.5. That's what has me worried. Those hit chances. I probably need to improve the. I have space to work with here. Yes, so I'm gonna make a better fire control because the current one's just dreadful. Range is 30,000 at max, so we need a beam fire control. If we go with a fighter only, I got electronic hardening on the last one, I think. Let's slightly reduce the range that allows us. Like 50, no. Actually, that's alright, yeah. Let's go with that. Create. Hope that does the trick. It may not. Sensors and fire control. Throw some research onto there, which is going to take a bit longer. It's a larger tech. That will be done August. No, that's the wrong one. February. End of next month, so 2 months should pass. Jump point in Epsilon Eridani. Alright. Our industry is doing some work with the automated mines, and how are our Raider task forces doing? Raiders 1 is still doing its job, since there's still a lot to move, and so is Raiders 2. Oh. Okay, I need to fix this real quick. Unload mine back through here to Earth, and well, actually, let's. I can't change that. Okay, let's remove. Let's just remove all. Alright, where are you? You are in. Should be able to read this by now. Newton. So you go here, unload mine, turn to Sol, standard transit, go to Earth, refuel. Totally forgot about that. Load mine, back through, and that should fix that problem. Two jump points in Epsilon Eridani. I think that makes the system fairly valuable now. Just refresh this. 2 jump points. How far are we in Sirius? Nowhere? That's not right. Why aren't we exploring? I'm in second special orders. There we go. And now we go back to system map and just keep going. Keep struggling to keep our Galasite. Having failures across the board just because we don't have Galasite. I really should build hangars, at least for the frigates. It's actually not half bad of an idea. Build hangars for the frigates since they don't cost maintenance supplies while they're waiting. Destroyers would be more difficult, but we just build a dedicated hangar PDC, and it'll probably do the trick. Oh, we've got our tech now. Let's throw these extra labs into that one. So we go back to our ship design, refresh tech, and get a new, slightly larger fire control. This is why I'm not a big fan of Gauss cannons. That's a 1% chance to hit at each of those ranges. If you look at a full summary view, you can't even see a usable hit chance. Yeah, there's no way we can do this. Our fighters are just not going to work at this size. It would be huge to even stand a chance. Or we throw a bunch of stuff out. Like we cut their speed significantly. Replace that with a large. This isn't gonna work. I'll have to do some fiddling and see if I can figure out a better way to make this work, but I'm not hopeful. It doesn't seem like this is gonna give us too good of results no matter what we do. So I'm gonna leave those on the back burner for now. Relatively unimportant. Industry is looking at finishing in May. So a few months away, and we'll be done with our automated mines, and then the mass driver will be done pretty quickly. 5 days. Why hasn't the mass driver completed? Alright, it'll be done in an extra 5 days. Now, we need a freighter group that's not busy. Okay, this is the easiest one to deal with, so let's send you back through and to Earth to refuel. Maybe it'll be back in 5 days. Maybe you'll have to go a month. Who knows? Let's just go a month. I need those freighters back to start fixing this problem. Okay, where are they? "30 days more. I need them back as soon as possible." Freighters 1 has completed orders. Freighters 1, I want to send to Earth to load automated mine. Yeah. And then to Hailbop, which is a comet. Where is it? There it is. Unload automated mine. Turn to Earth to refuel. Cycle moves. So all the automated mines we've got on Earth are destined for Hailbop right now. Can't believe we're having such mineral shortages. I'm glad we're expanding, but this is terrifying. We need to actually get this to work. Alright, how's Hailbop doing then? Well, not well currently, because it doesn't have anything. How far out is it? Just out of curiosity. What horrible thing I've gotten myself into. It's going to be a very lengthy issue. You know what? I think that's enough for today. Maybe we'll figure out a better way to solve this issue, but that'll be next time. Until then, goodbye.